All right, welcome back into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in, keeping us on in the background somewhere, right? Shop, the garage, the barn, office, maybe in about 15 minutes. You can probably put us on in the tavern. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got going on with corn. Corn, what are we doing here today, folks? Well, this is about where we've been the last couple times we visited. SUP's up a half cent to 3.96 1/4. The new crop D sets up on 1 1/4 cents to 4.10. We really haven't gone very far, have we? I mean, I think Monday morning we came in, D's corn was trading 4.09. Here we are Wednesday-ish, moving on to Wednesday afternoon. That's corn. Let's move over to the beans. We had some, 5 1/4 cents gain in August, right? 10.96 1/4 last. We have been about 6 1/4 cents higher. We got up above that $11 line for a while there in August. Now, as you go out to the Novi new crop, we've actually given away some pennies here. A penny and 3/4 cents lower there in that Nov to 10.41 1/2. And folks, that's on the low of the day. That's no good. All right, moving right on from the beans, let's go to Chicago wheat. That's up double digits in the front three. SUP's up 11 3/4 to 5.42 1/2. March, that's up 10 1/4 cents to 5.86 1/2 there. So we're about 4.5 cents off the highs. And that's wheat in Chicago. Let's go to the wheat in Kansas City. That's the hard red. 12 1/4 cents better there. September stands at 5.62 1/2. 5.5 cents off the high. 5 1/4 cents off the high of the day there. March is up 10 3/4 cents to 5.92 1/2. Let's put a little pep in my step here. Let's go to the spring wheat in Minneapolis. That was Kansas City. Now we go to Minneapolis. 14.5 cents better bid there. That's good. 5.90 1/4 last. That's 5 cents off the high of the day, well off the lows by about close to 16 cents. Let's take a look and see what March has got for us. 12 1/4 cents better there to 6.27 3/4. That's spring wheat in Minneapolis. Let's take a look at cotton. We'll get to our guest analyst. 90 points better there in cotton. That's D. 72.27 is last. All right, let's bring him in. It's our next guest analyst. It's going to be Riley Schwieger, CHS in Virgo Fights. Now, Riley, I want to say Schwieger, but I think it's Schwieger, right?
It's Schwieger, yes.
All right, so I just have to remember, don't say it the way I want to say it, and that's the right way to do it. All right.
Yes.
What do you got for us, brother?
Yeah, a little bit of rebound in the energy sector today. We've got crude up over $1.80, refined products up just over a penny, really doing their best to shrug off what looked like a pretty bearish EIA report. We did see crude stocks fall 4.8 million barrels last week. That was exceeding estimates, but refined products really went the other way. We saw gas up 3.3 million barrels last week. We saw diesel up 3.4 million barrels last week. For gas specifically, that's counter-seasonal. Not really what you want to see if you're a refiner. We did flip from a deficit to the 5-year average to a surplus with that unexpected build. And then when we're looking at demand, it's not doing great. You know, if we look at 5-year average levels, that 2020 kind of brings the averages down. But even with that, trending a little bit below 5-year average levels for gasoline demand. Diesel in the same boat, I think, is expected to continue to lag as long as these interest rates remain high. I do think that there is a little bit of a growing optimism that interest rate cuts are right around the corner, especially here in September. So that will be something to keep an eye on here. We did see a little bit of the implications of Hurricane Beryl last week. We did see refinery utilization drop 1% or just over 1.5%. Part of that was due to the Gulf PADD 3 utilization, or I should say refinery runs down over 400,000 barrels. So just to leave you with a few things, obviously that was a Category 1 hurricane that worked its way kind of through Texas, Refinery Row, some of that key energy infrastructure. They are expecting a busy hurricane season. Right now, the forecast looks clear, but conditions are right. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. And then crude specifically, there are wildfires ongoing in Canada, inching a little bit closer to some of those crude production facilities in Alberta. With a dry spell coming up, that's going to be something to monitor in terms of Canada's crude production and how the U.S. is importing barrels from Canada right now. So that's what I'm seeing today.
All right, great stuff as usual. Lots of content there. You got through it all. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Riley Schwieger, he's with CHS up in Virgo Heights. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock with me, the guy in the cow jacket, right after this.